You are watching WPTV, award-winning college television.
Welcome back to the desk. The MLB season is back in action, and here to break down what happened during the opening week is Andy Gavin, Daniel Clarke, and Brian Montiel and Andrew Ballesteri. Guys, the opening week, the MLB season has gotten off to this start, as you know, and there's been many of players that have been shining. Andy, what do you think? Who do you think has been shining the most so far in the opening season?
I'm not even saying this as a Yankees fan, but Juan Soto. He's come in, he's been electric. We're going to take a look at his stats here. And, you know, there's a big factor I want to talk about. Average 345 hits, he has 10 RBIs, 4 home runs, he has 1. But what's not up there is his walks. He has been walked several times already. And if, let's say he gets good pitches and he leads the league, he always leads the league in walks, he always gets pitched around. If he actually gets consistent pitches, we all know those numbers are going to be skyrocketed. And he's doing that in a small sample size. I'm excited to see what he can do for the next 155 games. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, Juan Soto has been, you know, phenomenal with the Yankees so far. Carp, I'll move it over to you. Who is your biggest star?
I'm going to go over to the Bay Area and let's talk about Michael Conforto, now of the San Francisco Giants. You know, he was on a tear in his first series against the Padres. Let's take a look at his stats right here. Batting .370 with 10 hits, 9 RBIs. Wow. And 3 home runs. You know, Michael Conforto, former New York Met, actually playing left field this year. But Conforto, you know, mediocre season, mediocre last year. He was pretty good with the Mets, but he's in a contract year now, and if he's going to have this good of a start, who knows what could happen at the end of the season. He could be looking for a big payday.
Yeah, absolutely. Baylee, I'll move it over to you. Who is your player?
Going with Mookie Betts of the Dodgers as we take a look at his stats. He's absolutely unreal right now, leading the league in so many different categories. It's insane. Hitting .485 right now with 16 hits, 11 RBIs, and 5 home runs on the season. And even more insane than most of this, his OPS is .1686. He looks great at the plate so far. He's really carrying that Dodgers lineup. And listen, I mentioned he's leading the league in a lot of stats. Batting average, home runs, RBIs, hits, and OPS, and slugging percentage all go to Mookie Betts.
Yeah, I mean, Mookie Betts has been like the table setter for the Dodgers.
Easy to say when you have a few more games to play.
For the Dodgers, he's been like the table setter, getting you know, Shohei and Freddie Freeman to be on base. Brian, close out. Who's your player?
Sadly, I don't want to spotlight an Astros player, but I got Yainer Diaz. He's been playing out of his mind. Average .462. He has 12 hits, RBIs 4, and 2 home runs during the season. His bat is hot right now, and the Astros haven't started that so good, but he's been a bright spot for the Astros, even though they haven't been that good. And all the stats you were talking about, Baylee, every time I looked, his name was there, top 10 at least. So he's having a hot season so far.
Yeah, he's been one of the hot players so far in the league. But guys, the New York Mets have gotten off to a very, very slow start. Daniel, I'll start off with you. What is the biggest problem for the New York Mets?
The biggest mess with the mess is their starting pitching. I mean, Luis Severino looks like a shell of his former self. He looks like the way he was last year with the Yankees, absolutely terrible. Other than Sean Manaea, everybody's just not been good. You have Kodai Senga out with an injury with his shoulder, so that doesn't look too promising if he's going to come back. And, you know, there's just a lot of guys with injuries on that team, and even the guys that are healthy, they're not good. They're not going to perform. And, you know, the Mets were a team that years ago they were known for starting pitching. It doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. Yeah,
their starting pitching has to be better. Andy, I'll move it over to you. What is the Mets' problem?
Hitting. The Mets are batting .173 as a team below the Mendoza line. Yesterday against the Tigers, they were getting no hit through the 7th. They had 20 fans in attendance. They're just not putting the bat on the ball. It's literally strikeout, fly out, nothing in the middle. It is really bad. And honestly, Carlos Mendoza might be out of there pretty soon.
Feels like a late September when you watch the Mets.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, yeah, their hitting has been pretty much absent in the first couple of games of the season. But, Brian, I'll move it over to you. What is the Mets' problem?
I said payroll because I was shocked when I saw that they were #1 in the MLB for payroll. 1 in 5 start, #1 in MLB for payroll. Like, that doesn't sound like it. Their players are mid. They made the playoffs 3 out of the last 10 years, #1 in MLB for payroll. So I just think they got to think before they start spending their big New York money.
I mean, yeah, that owner has, you know, a huge payroll, as we know. Baylee, closes out. What is the problem for the New York Mets?
It's got to be the bullpen. And, you know, listen, we knew going into the season the Mets bullpen was going to struggle, and they're off to a really bad start so far. Michael Tonkin and Yohan Ramirez have been really disappointing so far. Adam Ottavino has been awful in just 2 innings of work. He's been atrocious. And sure, it's very early in the season. We're not even 10 games in yet. So, they can turn it around. I'm not too concerned. I mean, I'm not a Mets fan, so I really don't care. But I know one of our maybe Mets, Phillies, Braves fan,
NL East fan.
And the NL East fan, Tyler Cooper, he might be a little bit upset, but it's all right. He's got 4 other teams to fall back on.
Yohan Ramirez can't even hit a batter properly. Like suspended.
But anyway, guys, there has been some, a lot of promising rookies all around the league so far. Brian, I'll start off with you. What is the rookie that you're most excited to see?
I got to talk about Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yes, he had a bad spring, even had a bad debut. But the game against the Cardinals, he had a good game. 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, no runs allowed. The batters were looking mad confused when the ball went by them. I just think he needed a confidence game to bounce back. We know he has the talent to pitch good in the MLB, and I just think this is the game he needed to keep carrying that on. So I think by the end of the season, we'll be calling him one of the best pitchers in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, who is your rookie that you want to spotlight?
I'm going to say Jackson Churro. He's batting .350, has 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 1 run. He's been putting the bat on the ball. He's been playing really good in the field. And, he's really young. And, he might be up and down in minor leagues. He did get the opening day invite to the play. The roster couldn't think of the word or anything. Still can't think of it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He has showed up. He has exceeded all expectations, and I expect to see him rise.
Yeah, he has definitely exceeded those expectations. Clarke, I'll move it over to you. Who is your rookie?
We talk about the Japanese southpaw, Shota Imanaga. Imanaga, back in Japan, a workhorse, 150 innings in the last 4 of the last 5 seasons. He comes from a little 3/4 arm slot. He has all the Japanese pitchers to come over and showcase their disgusting splitters. His is coming from a 3/4 arm slot on the left side. So pretty disgusting. He's not going to throw hard, but he's gonna be a workhorse. He's going to be at the front of that the Cubs rotation. So look forward to seeing him this year. He's my pick to win NL Rookie of the Year.
Yep, absolutely. Baylee, who's your rookie that you want to spotlight?
Got to go Jackson Holliday of the Baltimore Orioles. He's absolutely unreal. He's batting
Norfolk Tides.
Sure. For now, for the next couple of weeks or so. He's batting nearly 400 in AAA right now. Got an OPS over 1,200 so far. This dude's only 20 years old, and he's just running through the minor leagues. It's pretty awesome to see. Guy absolutely rakes. It's going to be terrifying for everybody in baseball, and especially us Yankee fans, when this guy is called up to the Orioles. I expect him. He's going to get called up relatively soon. They're just trying to manipulate his service time right now. But yeah, I'm really excited and very nervous to see Jackson Holliday in the MLB.
Yeah, he's a star that everyone's talking about right now. But the NL West is very competitive between the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks just signed the lefty pitcher Jordan Montgomery to a deal. Baylee, who do you think will win this division?
It's going to be the Dodgers. I mean, listen, the Diamondbacks are cool and all, but this team is too star-studded to not win the West. Their lineup's ridiculous. I mean, you got to go against Betts, then you go against Ohtani, then you go against Freeman, and that's just unfair for anybody going against them. Glasnow's looked really good so far. Yamamoto looks bad so far in his 2 starts, but I really think he's going to turn it around once he gets acclimated to the MLB game. And the Dodgers nobody is going to want to face them at all this year.
Yeah, you got Shohei, Freeman, Mookie. The list just goes on. But Clarke, who do you think is going to win the NL West?
I'm going to stick with the Dodgers. I mean, listen, Yamamoto will be fine. You're paying $325 million for this guy who didn't even step on a big league mound. He's going to be fine. Relax. So, I mean, otherwise, rotation's just way too good. I mean, you got veterans and you have young guys who are. I feel like they have a good-bad problem with just too many guys. They have too many pitchers. They have too many guys in the bullpen. They have too many guys on the bench. It's just all around. Everybody's good. Everybody's going to hit. Everybody's going to pitch well. But I am excited to see the Dodgers and the Yankees square off in the second week of June at the stadium.
Yeah, not shocking that you went with the Dodgers there. Brian, I'll move it over to you. Who do you think is going to win the NL West?
Like they said, we got to say the Dodgers. It's just the star power, and, I'm a basketball guy. This team reminds me of the 2017 Warriors. It's just so star-studded. I don't see them losing. So they're just star-studded. They're unstoppable, in my opinion.
Yeah, not surprised you brought up a basketball, an NBA reference in there. But, yeah, Andy, I'll move it over to you. Who's going to win the NL West?
You want to talk basketball? This team reminds me of the Nets a few years ago with Harden and all them and everything. That is what I get. I get these vibes. I mean, yes, Mookie's good. Yes, they're all good. Diamondbacks are young. They're electric. Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Jordan Montgomery now. All these young players and everyone, they can be very well. They've played very well. They went to the World Series last year. We're just forgetting that.
The rotation's not that young.
Why? Where's the Nets compare? I'm still trying to figure that out.
that's-
I
The
would
Nets,
say
when they
the
have
You
Nets.
said they're
Harden.
young and they're electric.
No,
that
talking
was like one of
No, I'm comparing the
Brooklyn Nets
Dodgers
are one of
star
the most
power.
disappointing.
And I'm saying that's what the Dodgers
super teams
and that's
that
what the
we've
Dodgers
ever
are,
seen.
super team.
It's like the
disappointing.
last era of the Mets.
So you'd say
you're
the
trying to-
Dodgers
you're
are
trying
like
to
That's
say
what I
the
said. I
Mets.
said the
you said
Dodgers.
the Diamondbacks are like.
You think they're
Did
gonna
I?
be like the Mets?
Yeah, I said Dodgers.
Yeah, he said Dodgers.
Yeah, trying to get on the rest of the
All right,
Dodgers.
buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah, that,
Dodgers are going to fail.
I hope so.
Me too.
So the Yankees can win. That's my
Oh, Yanks.
NLDS exits. We'll leave it at that.
All right, gents, that will wrap up this block. But don't forget to follow us at SportsDeskWP for updates and more. Thank you to all the cast and crew, and a big shout out to our studio manager, Al Clarke, from Studio B in Hamilton Hall. And from everyone here at the desk, I'm Tyler Cooper saying so long. We'll see you next time here on WPTV.